Well, let's talk more about this now with the African Affairs analyst John Ofe-Ansah, who is himself from Ghana, one of the countries attending that conference. Nice to see you, John.
Nice to see you.
Just another talking shop?
I wouldn't say so. In fact, Chancellor Merkel must be applauded, for this initiative. But the situation in Africa, is still dire. I mean, there are about 100 million youth. First, Africa's population has doubled since 1985. And by 2050, it will double again to about 2.5 billion.
Yeah, but how might this help boost the economies of African nations, reduce economic migration, brain drain in Africa? She's only picked seven African countries. Well, we've got that much time. So
we shouldn't expect immediate results.
Right.
I think what she's doing is looking at the long term, taking a long view at the whole situation. I mean, we should the money should be invested in education,
right,
to provide quality, not just education, but quality education to the 100 million children who are presently not in school. Number two, we need investment in infrastructure and agriculture.
Yeah, but is that what they're discussing here? Because I'm trying to understand how this is going to work. I understand these seven countries pledge reforms, and in return they'll attract more private investment. Is that right?
Yes, it's
so
right.
You're not actually looking at the sort of investment you're talking about.
When they talk about reforms, they're talking about open government.
You're talking about people wanting to make a profit.
Yeah, I mean open government and transparency. There's been so many instances where monies have gone into Africa, right, and not used for their intended purposes,
right,
and gone down through corrupt. So when it's saying reform, they mean open government, transparency, and all that.
Right, so this is not money on the table kind of meeting. Basically, it isn't. No aid funds here, basically.
No, I mean, aid, we know the history of Africa and aid,
right,
money going down the drain. So it should be investment, and these investors, any investor is looking at the bottom line.
Yeah,
okay. And number one, and if the conditions are not right, they will take their money elsewhere. Right. So that is why the government, the G20 are calling for this openness,
right,
open government, transparency, and all that, to make sure that the money is going, they are used for their intended purposes and yield the desired results.
Right. So this is not one of those half-hearted initiatives, because I understand that more than 100 banks, companies, and other potentially investors are at this conference.
Yes, I'm happy. These monies are going to come from the corporate world,
right,
and not the aid that you mentioned. And like I said, any corporate person, any corporate entity takes their money into any place, they look at the bottom line, right? So they make sure that the money works. So
this is just a few African countries then. Is this some kind of select group of African nations?
I think, I believe that this is some sort of a pilot, which, if successful, could be rolled on to other countries.
Of course, Angela Merkel's interest is not simply because she wants to help end poverty in Africa. It's partly driven by the huge influx of migrants that we've seen here in Europe in recent months. And of course, Germany has taken in perhaps more refugees and migrants than other European countries. So the idea is not just to talk about Africa, but to point one analyst to talk with Africa about these things.
Yes, I always say that you don't get something for nothing. To stem, the rising tide of migration from Africa to, Europe, right? Europe, has the stronger economic muscle. So it needs to do something, and it wants to stem the tide of migration. It's got to do something to help African governments, stop this tide.
Right. Okay. John Ofe-Ansah, the African Affairs analyst. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.